welcome to a new video. Today we do another tier list on the Halloween update. There's gonna be an overall tier list. I won't like specify this unit is good in infinite, this is good in story. It's an overall tier list, so don't expect Shadow to be the best unit in the game. But yeah, let's start off with Gojo again. I think he's still S tier, good at infinite time stop, placement, full AoE, hybrid. Just basically I think the best starter unit. Just you have to wait till wave 3. That's the only bad thing. Frieren, yeah, buffs all passives. I don't know if she buffs sleep yet, but if she does, that's, yeah, still S tier for her. Mera got a buff, and before the buff, I'd say A to B tier. Now she's S tier. Now she's really good. She's not OP, she's not broken or anything, but she's now really, really good. Because her last attack has multi-hit, and that means, yeah, she can get her bleeding passive actually to work way faster. Yeah, then we have Allard. I would also say S tier, full AoE, multi-hit bleed, hybrid, really cheap to place down like Mera too. Yeah. Now we have Nightmare. He was the GOAT. He was the GOAT on release because his passive was bugged. It stunned 8 seconds, and now his passive is working as intended, but with, in my opinion, a little bit the cooldown until his passive can get onto the enemy again is a little bit too long, in my opinion. So A tier for him. He is on placement hybrid, so whenever we get like a stage where wave 1 flying enemies appear, he will be the GOAT for it, but overall, I would say he's an A tier. Yeah, his DPS is just really bad, and yeah, he's just his passive. That's the only thing that makes him special, kinda. Then we have Okaro. In my opinion, I wouldn't say the best unit because he doesn't have hybrid on placement. But really, yeah, he's just really good in progressive. He's really good in infinite. He's just an amazing unit. Then we have Kirito. I say high A tier, still a DPS monster, but he doesn't get hybrid at all. So for infinite, that's not a good thing. For the event, that's a good thing because there are no flying units. So for the event, for the Halloween event, he's a really good unit. But he's just, I think it's too much grind for him. So just get Okaro and Dracula. Yeah. Ghetto. Ghetto is also a DPS monster, but he has a pretty small circle AoE. The others are just better than him. He's not a bad unit overall, like as I said, DPS monster, but he doesn't have a passive. He just does damage, and yeah, he costs also a lot, so you can't use him as a starter unit. Yeah. Then we have Kokushibo. I have to put him B tier. Like I leveled him to max now. I think it's like 20k damage every 3 seconds, which isn't bad, but it's just, I know he has 4 placements, but it's just too expensive to max all of them, and the bleed proc doesn't do as much damage as like Mera, Dracula, I don't know who else has bleeding. Yeah, it's just he doesn't stand a chance to the other ones. So the bleed passive just is useless for him, kinda. Still a really good unit if you're new to the game, but yeah, he's just not at the top. Then we have Toji. Toji with the Zenitsu thing working now has, with 3 placements, has even more DPS than Okaro. But I would still place him below him. So if you have Monarch Toji, you will out damage the Monarch Okaro, definitely. If you use Zenitsu, that's a bad point about Toji. You need to waste a slot for Zenitsu or any stun unit to make even more use out of Toji. Jotaro, decent stun unit. Nightmare's just better. Nightmare's just better, yeah. Alice, I mean the damage isn't bad, but she's decent placement unit if you're new, but the event units are so easy to get in my opinion. Just get the event units. Shanks, yeah, you're not the only hybrid stunner anymore. So, yeah, you're ultra expensive. You don't do damage. You have a high SPA. Your DPS is not that good. You need an Evo or above. But yeah, Shanks is. I don't see any use for him. I would even say he's D tier. Like Alice, you can use as a placement. Shanks, yeah, no, he doesn't have a place anymore. Mera just too expensive to get hybrid, and DPS is also not that good anymore compared to the new units. Yeah. Asuna is still bugged. On her final upgrade, she sometimes just doesn't do damage and bugs out of the map. She's still not fixed. I don't know why. D tier. Bugged unit. She would be like C tier, maybe even B tier. But she's bugged. I've seen many people reported that bug, but yeah, it didn't get fixed. Leafy, yeah, I still think she's like, you have to evolve her, and she's still not that good. Yeah, high C tier. I wouldn't put her B tier, to be honest. Then we have the previous winner of the last tier list. Now, after like playing more with him, I would say he is still a good unit, but yeah, too many new units have the bleeding passive, so that doesn't make him special anymore. So low S tier for him, I would say. Like, that doesn't mean he's a bad unit, but yeah, it's just the others are doing more overall. Kaneki, Shield Breaker, that's all he does. Yeah, Shield Breaker, D tier, C tier even. I wouldn't say D tier, at least he has some use, but literally upgrading him nerfs him because then he doesn't break shields that easily anymore. Then we have Yuta. Yuta is, I would say, A tier because he has so much placement damage. That's like the really good thing. He has low SPA. Like, if you're new and you can't like evolve units or get the event units that easily, he's a really good choice as like the first mythic from Banner. Then we have Shino. I would say high A tier. As I said, I already said in the previous one, not an infinite unit. Or not as good, yeah, not a good infinite unit choice. For raids, she was really good, but we got so cheap units. She fell off a little bit. She's still good, but it's I don't know if the grind is worth for her. Yeah. Okaro, yeah. The two legendary evos were like S tier on release, and now they're okay. They're not good. It's like you have to grind for them, and they're still not stronger than the event units. So yeah, you grind for basically nothing, just for collection. Yeah, that's it. Game Master, yeah, I have to say D tier. Just use Sukuna, in my opinion. I mean, he has more DPS technically, but he doesn't have a nuke like Sukuna, so Sukuna, yeah. The point is Sukuna does also burn, so if you use Sukuna and Game Master, Sukuna's gonna nerf the burn anyway, so yeah, he just has a, Sukuna is just a better version of Game Master in my opinion. Yeah, that's literally it. And so, the unit everyone was waiting for, where do I play Sid? I don't have him personally, I watched Vag's showcase of him. It's hard for me to like put him anywhere because I can't really like test him and limit test and stuff like that. The passive literally tells you can upgrade him for like $0, but you only get like 1% more damage. So he might be good in raids, maybe, I don't know. He doesn't start hybrid, I think. I don't even know that. That's the point. I would say I would put him like as the best secret, but I wouldn't put him as the best unit because of course you can't afford his nuke in raids and stuff like that. So yeah, and this tier list is about overall. So Sid is not overall the best unit. Sid is a really good unit, but I wouldn't say he's overall the best unit. You should still go for Okaro and Gojo. Yeah. Oh wait. I would even put Dracula over Frieren, to be honest. Yeah, yeah. I would say that's my tier list. Yeah. So yeah, thank you for watching and see you next video. Bye.